Hello, everybody. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and all of that. It's 2 days before Christmas. It is Saturday late morning, and I thought I had a little bit of time here, so this video is possibly going to be very short. I might have to just cut it off abruptly because my wife's coming back, etc. I might have to help her out with some things. So hopefully you understand if you're watching this live or not. So we'll see if anyone actually joins this, considering it's Christmas weekend and people might be busy doing things like shopping and spending time with family and whatnot. But I thought I'd make a quick little video. So either I'm going to be talking to myself, or we're going to have a nice little video here with some people getting involved. So let's see. So far, it's just myself, and we'll see if anyone joins. So what I'm doing is I am listing CDs. I have about 60 or so that I've listed, or that I have to list, about 60 or so CDs to sell or to list merchant, well, sell of course, but to list merchant fulfilled. And I thought I'd just make the video while I'm continuing to list, and see if anyone joins. I see we have 3 people who join, which is really cool. Hello everybody, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, etc. I am listing some DVD or CDs, merchant fulfilled, as I went through thousands of CDs recently and was able to pull out about 60 that are good for selling merchant fulfilled. So I believe I asked the question on this video is it worth your time, or is it worth it to sell merchant fulfilled on Amazon? I think it is, especially if you're buying bulk. If you're not buying bulk and you're cherry picking at thrift stores and book sales and estate sales and all of that sort of thing, then you can still sell merchant fulfilled, but you might be a little pickier. But if you're buying bulk books or CDs, definitely it's worth it. As far as I'm concerned, to sell merchant fulfilled. Just yesterday I sold 2 items merchant fulfilled. One CD sold for $5.95, which isn't much, but it's a couple bucks that I make. And the other was a book, a really long tail book that was ranked about over 3 million, and I sold for $26 and change. And I was the lowest price on that one by a couple bucks, which I assume is why I got the sale. I tend to want to price under the lowest offer, especially if it's a pretty high rank anyway, so I can hopefully get the next sale. Let's see. Yeah, so for me it's worth it. I made a video a while back, I think like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, on YouTube about why I don't sell merchant fulfilled, but that was before I got into buying bulk and having all of these excess books and CDs that end up being good for merchant fulfilled. Some of the downsides are you have to store them in your own house or in your garage or in your storage unit or whatever, so you have to have some space. CDs are small, so you don't need that much space to store them. If you can't sell CDs and you're doing books, then books take up some more space, especially if they're bigger books, they're heavier, etc. So that's a downside for some people that don't have the space, which totally makes sense. But if you do have a little bit of space, you can throw up a bookshelf or 2 in your garage, wherever you have space, even your back patio or something, then it can make sense to do that. Because as far as I'm concerned, merchant fulfilled is kind of found money. It's items, especially when you buy bulk, that books or CDs that I would not be able to make money off of. Probably I can potentially make some decent money. So for me, it's made sense. And it's evolved over the years. I didn't do merchant fulfilled. It didn't make sense to me before, but now it does. So it depends on your situation. So no chat history. That's cool. If you guys want to ask questions, have any comments to make, feel free to do it. You can definitely ask me questions or whatever it may be. So a lot of the CDs that I list merchant fulfilled and books are pretty high ranks. So all the ones that I've listed so far right now, which has been about 8 CDs, most of them have been ranked over 1 million. There was one ranked 700,000 and one ranked 850,000. The one ranked 850,000, which is this one here, is she's either Japanese or from the Philippines. I'm not sure. that it says made in Japan, but then I guess it is, and then it says Malaysia, so I guess it is from Japan. But this one there weren't any other offers, but so there wasn't a price to go on, but there were. It does have a rank, even though it's really high. So it does say that it has sold in the past, even if it was like a year ago or so. So it might be that, and there's not any sales data on it, sales history. So it might be that or I don't know if it sold for a lot of money or a little money, but to be the only listing is really great. That's the best for merchant fulfilled. You're not going to find that often, but you'll find it once in a while, and you can price whatever you want. I've heard people pricing books for like hundreds of dollars, being the only listing, and sometimes getting a sale. So it just depends. I listed that one for $100, and I'll sit on it for a while and see if anyone else gets on there, and if they don't, then and it doesn't sell. I mean, I might just have it sit there for a while and maybe slowly lower it over time. Yeah. Okay. Wait, so can you guys actually chat? Are you able to, or is it just not letting you? I guess you guys don't want to. That's fine. So I'm going to keep listing here. I'm going to look this one up. So unfortunately, oh, this one does actually. This one has a barcode, so I can actually scan it. Most of the ones that I've been listing didn't have barcodes, so I have a little barcode scanner. So that makes it a lot quicker. Just pops right up. And I'm listing these in an Excel spreadsheet. I don't usually do that for my FBAs, but I like to do it for merchant fulfilled just to kind of keep track, see what sells, see how many of them I'm selling, that sort of thing. Let's see. This one's ranked. The Melody Boys Quartet is ranked 822,068. So normally, I mean, I would not send that in. I would not send that in FBA just because it's too high. And even though the price is high, I mean, the prices are pretty high, I still wouldn't want to send it in and have it sit there forever. This one doesn't actually have a year on it. But it does have one customer review, which is a good sign. That's potentially can mean that that there is, there's a little bit of demand there, and the rank is 822,000, which is really high. For books, it's not that high, but for CDs, 822,000 is really pretty up there. So so it does mean that it did sell at some point, just not recently. But considering that it does have that rank and it has sold, there's very few offers. It's definitely worth it for me to list it, and I'm going to list it for $25. So a lot of the ones that I list merchant fulfilled are for higher dollar amounts. So that's another, that's a big benefit to merchant fulfilled, whether it's books or CDs. Is not all of them, but a good amount of them, majority of them, I would say, I'm listing for over $20. I think I saw some comments. Let me see. Our profit, okay, Christian asks, can't speak, are profit margins higher doing merchant fulfilled versus selling it via FBA? Let's see. That's a good question. I believe they are a little bit higher. The fees did go up for FBA earlier this year, but they also went up a little bit for merchant fulfilled. But for higher priced items, even actually for lower priced items, I believe you do make a little bit more money because you get some of the shipping cost back to you. So I believe in general, yes, but the downside and the reason why a lot of people don't do it is because it's easier to just send stuff into Amazon, even though the fees are higher, because that stuff will sell quicker usually. And you can charge a higher price than merchant fulfilled. So that's kind of where the issue is, which is why I like to mostly stick to the higher priced items for merchant fulfilled, so that, I make a higher profit margin off of that. I could look up. Let's see. I don't know if I can find it, but let me see if I can find. Sorry guys, I'm gonna see if I can find. Where is it? Yeah. Oh, here it is. Okay. So here's a merchant fulfilled, the one that I sold for 26. So it sold for $26.84. Shipping was $3.99, so $30.83. The closing fee was $180, and then referral fee was $4.02. Shipping commission was 60 cents. So I made $24.41 off of that merchant fulfilled item for $26. So let me see if there's oh, there's one. Yeah, definitely, definitely yes. Whoa. Hold on, guys. So Christian, I would say yes, definitely. There's more higher profit in merchant fulfilled, but the trick is being able to find ones that will actually sell. If you want to have consistent merchant fulfilled sales, you either have to sell a lot of lower priced items that sell quickly, or have a lot of higher priced items so that you can sell more often. I mean, as an example, I have 100 in like, let me see exactly. Inventory. So I have 100 active merchant. 128 items only merchant, or yeah, merchant fulfilled, but I have like I have 1200 FBA, so I'm mostly FBA, but 128, and I have a trickle of sales. Like I sell, sometimes I'll sell maybe like 2 or 3 a week. Sometimes I'll sell 2 or 3 every couple of weeks. So it just varies because a lot of these are longer tail. Now, if I had 500 CDs and books, or 750 or 1,000 merchant fulfilled, then I would definitely, just based upon my numbers, I would be having daily sales. If I had probably like 500 items listed, I would probably, if not every day a sale, probably at least every other day. So would be my guess. And if a lot of them are higher priced, then to me it makes sense, right? Which is why I've been listing these, because they do come in, and like that book that sold, that sat there for a few months but then sold for 26 bucks. I mean, it's I say free money, or like um, found money, I guess, because I feel like it's just, these are books that I would normally just donate or whatever it may be, get rid of somehow, but I can turn around and make money off of them by just sticking them on my shelf. Listing them is quick and easy, and then they're listed automatically. Maybe within a minute or two, 15 minutes, they're live, so I don't have to wait for them to go live. To ship something, it takes a week to go live, to get to the warehouse. So that's another big benefit, is you can list 100 items merchant fulfilled, and they're all live that day. But yeah, to answer your question, yes, there's a higher profit margin. So, and then Perry asked, how did you get ungated in CDs? So I was grandfathered in, Perry. Hold on a second. Okay, I was grandfathered in, so I was already selling CDs before they gated it in November of last year. It was November 1st, 2016 is when they closed the music category. So I was already selling them, and just grandfathered in when they suddenly closed it out of nowhere and didn't tell us. So now I can continue to sell them. So as of now, it seems like it's almost impossible to get ungated or be able to sell CDs and vinyl, but especially CDs. So unfortunately, it's kind of a weird thing that Amazon does. They did the same thing with DVDs, I believe, in 2014. So I was not able to get in to sell DVDs. So all the DVDs that I get, I sell on eBay, and a lot of them sell. They do well there, but that's something that I missed out on. So it sucks, but that's how it is, fortunately. Fashion Outlook says, how many sales do you get a day? Well, I don't get daily sales merchant fulfilled because I don't have enough listed. Like I was saying, if I had, like 500 or so, probably I'll tell you this, if I had 1,000 items listed merchant fulfilled, almost as many as I have FBA, I would definitely be having daily sales. But I don't, I went through a couple months ago, I had like a sale a day merchant fulfilled. It was like a week where I had every day I had a sale, I had 7 sales or so. So it does happen, but it's more sporadic, just because they're longer tail, higher ranked items. So they tend to take a little bit more time to sell, but a lot of them are higher priced. So when they do sell, it's definitely worth it. Merchant is always better profit. Yes. As you can see from the item I showed you, it's 26 and change dollars that sold, and I was paid from Amazon $24. So that's really good. And Fashion Outlook says back in the day, yeah, FBA was more profit, but fees have gone up a lot. So FBA, a lot of people raise their low or minimum price for FBA that they would books and CDs and whatever they sell on FBA, so they make a higher profit. That's one way to deal with that. But of course, if you don't have access to, or it's much more difficult to find higher priced books, then it's going to be a challenge to stick to that. So yeah, I would say definitely if you're doing bulk, or if you, for instance, if you're not doing bulk per se, but you go to book sales, and a lot of times on the second day they'll have a bag sale where you can buy a bag for $1, $2, $3, whatever it is in your area, and then you can stuff that bag full of books. And what you can do is you can grab a lot of books that might be good for merchant fulfilled. Of course, you're going to have to look them up unless you're just kind of going by what you think might be worth something, which I don't recommend. But if you're able to go through it more methodically, you can probably find some stuff that is long tail, that if you're going to spend $2 on a bag and you can fit, I don't know, depending on how big the bag is, 30, 40, 50 books, or if you're doing CDs, even more. CDs, I would just grab all of them, to be honest. But that's a good way to try to do merchant fulfilled. And I'm in no way recommending that you should do merchant fulfilled over FBA, unless you're getting access to bulk books, and you can find a lot of merchant fulfilled books. So if you're buying Gaylords, or you're just going out there looking for bulk deals off of Craigslist or local apps or whatever it may be, maybe you have some relationships with thrift stores, and they let you buy tons of books that they can't sell or they don't have the space for, then you can definitely try to turn some of those into money through merchant fulfilled. Let's see what. Sorry, so I'm trying to list here while I'm doing the video. If you guys have other questions, let me know. So if some of you guys are new and have never seen my channel before, I've been doing this selling FBA since 2014. September 2014 was my first shipment that I sent in, and that was only books. I only started with books. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's submit this. And I was all books. I was just learning, honestly, from YouTube videos, and then I found Facebook groups, book selling groups, and then I was able to, learn more and get better at selling and that sort of thing. And then over time, I actually started doing VHS tapes, which I don't believe I have any more in stock now. I sold quite a few of those, but don't really do those that much anymore. And then I started to do, got into CDs and vinyl, and I've sold quite a few vinyl. There's really great money in vinyl. Most of the stuff I sent in was worth over 20 bucks. So I made good money off of those, and I still have some vinyl to send in. But definitely CDs have become my main thing, and books second. And that's mostly it for Amazon. And then I also do eBay, some CDs that I can't sell on Amazon individually, DVDs, some books, and some lots of things too. Steven asked, do you see yourself making any pivots in 2018 or staying the course? Any changes in processes or systems that you have in mind? A pivot. Not a pivot, but I would say for me, my business personally, I didn't focus enough this last year on FBA, and I didn't have enough in stock in my inventory when November, December hit. And my sales are doing well. My sell-through rate is great for well, it was for, let's see, for November, I believe I did 59 sales. And this month I'm doing a lot more. So my sales are great in terms of my sell-through rate, but I don't have enough in inventory. So my big issue, because I started doing eBay and that took away some of my time from doing FBA. So what I found is that my time is better spent, or most of my time is better spent on FBA. And then the time that I have left, like 80% FBA, 20% eBay, to make a little bit extra money to sell off some stuff that I get through bulk buying. So I would say for me in 2018, it's refocusing back, not pivoting, but refocusing back on FBA and trying to build my inventory next year up to probably I would like to double it. So when I hit November, so I was close to 1,400 in inventory. I'd like to double that and have at least 3,000 in inventory when I hit about November 1st. And that's going to require a lot of work on my part, but it's definitely worth it. And I could be doubling the sales I'm getting now, if not more, this month if I had 3,000 or more items in inventory. And I'd like to get to the point of selling, and I talked about this over the years of making videos. I like to get to the point of selling 1,000 items a month consistently, not just in the great months, because a lot of people get super excited about Q4 on Amazon that do art, retail arbitrage, and sell toys and those sort of things. Other things that are not media, and also of course people with media get excited as well. But I want to build my business where it's sustainable through the year. So as things calm down into January, books will pick up a lot in January for back to school, and then in about February. But sort of like mid-February, end of February, holidays are over. Well, they've been over for a while, and then the back to school is over. So it gets back to normal sales. And guess what? People buy books, people buy CDs, people buy vinyl, people buy even VHS tapes, people buy DVDs. People buy those on Amazon all year long, as they buy other things too, toys and clothes and everything else that people sell, electronics. So for me, it's building up like that foundation inventory so that which I saw last year, 2015, is as my inventory grew, so did my sales. That's always the trick. The more you send in, the more you sell. So then the more you sell, the more you have to send in. You have to kind of maintain that same level. So in order to sell 1,000 items a month, I need to have a much higher inventory level, probably more than 3,000. If I had a 5,000 in inventory, I would definitely be able to sell 1,000 a month in Q4 for sure. But in order to do that consistently, I probably have to be closer to 8 to 10,000 items, I would think, unless my sell-through rate is ridiculous. But once again, that's the trick. If I'm selling a lot, if I have 3,000 items in inventory when I hit December 1st, and then all of December I sell 1,200 items, well, unless I sent in 1,200 or close to it, then my inventory is going to drop a lot, and I have to build it back up. So yeah, that's kind of the answer to your question is not a pivot, but a change of refocusing back on Amazon, FBA, getting my numbers up, while at the same time continuing to do eBay to make extra money. And also I'm going to do a swap meet here locally for CDs that I have that I can't sell on Amazon or eBay, and I don't want to spend the time to do lots. I'll try to sell them, a lot of them anyway, see how it goes at a swap meet. If it goes well, as in if I can make a couple $100 profit after paying for the rent or the rental of the space, at least $200-300, I would think at least 200. If I can make at least 200 or more, then that's extra money. So even if I do that once or twice a month, depending on how many CDs I have or that I'm getting, excess CDs, then that's going to be another income stream for me. So That's another way that I can try to monetize some of this stuff, and I can use that money to buy more inventory, so that all my Amazon and eBay stuff is basically profit. Okay, Christian asks, thanks for the awesome response. I will probably sell some items merchant fulfilled in the new year. Merry Christmas. Great, sounds good. Yeah, look into it. For certain ones, it makes sense. Perry says, what are some sites to buy bulk? Makes sense. Okay. What are some sites to buy bulk? Well, you have to find so if you're talking about bulk books or bulk media, CDs, DVDs, you have to find a source. It's not really like a website that would have bulk items to buy or buy them in bulk. It's more of finding somebody who has access to that, which I've been able to find through the various local apps, like the OfferUp apps type of thing, Craigslist. All of those have been the only way really that I found it. I found about 4 different bulk sources. Some of them, one of my initial one stopped doing it, so he went away, but then a couple others were one-offs, and I have one that I can still buy from, that Gaylords, as many as I want basically, but I'm only one person, so I can only get handle so much. And then another one I just came across, I bought from a bunch of CDs. So these are people I found on Craigslist and local apps like OfferUp and whatever the other one is, which I can't remember. I can't remember right now. But anyway, you got to kind of just look for it. There's not really like a website to go to. There's also things like auctions, online auctions. I can't remember the name of the websites though. There's like a government one that was selling stuff in bulk, and there was some that were books. There was also what do you call them? Storage lockers or storage units that are being auctioned off. I haven't done that personally, but I know people that do, or I've seen people that do through Facebook groups and also on YouTube making videos about it. And that's, that depends. I mean, you're going to get other stuff besides media, and, if you get furniture and random stuff and lamps and stuff, but that's another way to go about it. So it's just basically partly luck and kind of preparation. So just kind of being persistent, looking online, looking. Don't give up, and you'll eventually probably find something. I mean, you can go to like a recycling place that recycles paper, and you can ask them if they get books and buy them off of them. I mean, there's different ways to go about it, but I haven't gone that route. So okay, all right, sounds good. Up north sales. Let me write that down. I'll send you an email. Let me write that down. Yeah. Sorry guys, I'm writing something down at okay. All right, sounds good. Jeff, I'll email you. I appreciate it. Yeah. So, yeah, no, I don't know what's up with the direct message on YouTube. I seem to be able to find it. I don't know. Maybe it's some setting or something. That's weird. I don't know. But technology for you. So, okay, here's another one I'm looking up. What is this? The fantasy strings. Okay. So this one has, let's see. Okay. All right. Yeah, this one has a 612,000 rank. So again, really high. So if you're not able to do CDs, it's not going to matter. But if you can, I tend to stay under, for FBA, I usually stay under 200,000, but most of them are under 150,000 and under, rather 150,000 and under rank. And if it's over 100,000, I usually like to have low competition, so not many FBA offers. I don't mind having a lot of FBA offers if it's really low, if the rank is like under 50,000, and definitely if it's consistently under like 20,000, then that's selling a lot. And if you get under 10,000, under 5,000, then it's selling every day basically. And if you get down to like under 1,000 for a CD, then you know that thing is selling multiple copies a day. So as long as there's enough profit in there, even if it's only like $2-3, for me it's worth it to send it in. But anyway, tangent. So let's see this one. What am I doing? Okay, so this one is this one has 612, 308. That's the rank. This one's like a string, so I guess it's violin or something. I don't know. And this doesn't have a lot of times you don't have the, oh, here's one has the year on it, 1993. So the prices on this one are from $14.99 is the lowest, and it jumps up to $24.99. There's no FBA. That's the other thing. Like 99% of these merchant fulfilled or items that I sell merchant fulfilled have no FBA offers. It's very, very rare. Just because people tend to stay away from them, right? Because their ranks are so high, they don't want to send the item in and have it sit there for 2 years when they're not sure if it'll actually sell. So yeah, so the lowest one here is $14.99. I'm gonna go into that a little bit by $1 or so and see if I can get the next sale. Most of these, it varies, but most of the other guys selling on here, merchant fulfilled, are pretty big sellers. Like the lowest one here has 6,100 ratings. I mean, as an example, I have just over 350, and I've been doing it since 2014. So you can imagine how many sales this person is making, has made and is making. So these are much bigger sellers. 2,000, this one's only 213. 7,000, yeah. So these are bigger sellers. Almost Paradise. So I tend to just write these in a spreadsheet just to keep track of them. I don't do them for my FBA ones sales, but I used to. But I do it differently. Okay, $13.95. Good condition. Make sure you click for merchant fulfilled. Do a little description, and I already have the description pre-written, and it's ready to go. Most of them are in good condition. There's a few very goods like news, but usually they're in good condition. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Okay, that one's all good. So there you go, done. Usually they take me a couple minutes. If I don't have the barcode, then it will take me a little bit longer because I have to manually look it up. Okay. Well, I see some of the people have joined. I really appreciate it. I was surprised. Maybe it's the name of the title I put on the video, but I'm happy that I've gotten 10 people viewing right now, and it's kind of been fluctuating between like 7, 8 to 10, which is awesome. I'm really glad. Maybe a lot of people are home. It's a weekend. So I appreciate that. If anyone has any questions, any more comments, please go ahead. I don't know how much longer this video is going to be. My phone is dying because I'm doing this through my phone, not through the computer. So it might die soon here, and I might have to go. But I definitely do appreciate it. Okay, here we go. Perry, I have around 100 CDs under 100,000. Okay, I have around 100 CDs under. Is that under 100,000? Do you mean the rank? And eBay asks for a fee. I want to know, do they take it when you sell? I'm not 100% sure about your question, but I think you're asking if eBay takes a fee. Yes, eBay takes a final valuation fee, which is around 10%. And then usually, well, they might take a listing fee, but usually they don't. If you're staying within the parameters. So if you're just starting on eBay, you'll have like 50 free listings, free as in no listing fees, which are like 25 cents, 35 cents. But so there's a final value fee of 10%, and then PayPal, because they'll pay to your PayPal account. PayPal takes a small little bit of the shipping, I believe. So it's very low. I think cumulative it's like 12, 13%. It's under 15%. So it's much lower than Amazon FBA. But, you know, again, prices, you can tend to charge more on Amazon, especially FBA, than on eBay. And there's a lot of people on eBay that you list an item for $6 and they'll say they only want to pay $4. They'll offer you $4. So a lot of times it's you're not going to make as much on eBay depending on the item. But anyway, yeah. So if that answers your question, if not, let me know again. But yeah, if you're going to sell items on eBay, I do sell. I've sold dozens of CDs on eBay, and these are CDs that don't make sense on Amazon, either FBA or merchant fulfilled, but they are selling with some regularity on eBay, and I'll make anywhere between like $2 to $5, which I'm fine with, because I stick them on my shelf in the garage and the sales come in. I have about, I don't know, 50 or 60 of them stacked up on my kitchen table, and I just need to take photos and then I can list them. The process does take longer than Amazon for sure. But for me, it's worth it. It's just more to monetize, and some of them can go for really good money. Okay. So I'm going to list this one. This one I'm going to list for $8.95, which is, this another one is ranked at 600,000. But this one has 5 reviews, which to me says that it's has a little bit more of a demand, even though the rank currently is pretty high. Again, you can look into the rank a little bit more. You don't have to rely on that one number there. You can look through Keepa or through Camel, and they will tell you, not always, but usually, depending on the item, how many sales it gets. Let's see. So in the last year, oh no. So this one has sold in 2015, 2016, it sold quite a lot, but for whatever reason, it hasn't been selling lately. But I'm still going to list it and go a little bit lower and see if it will sell. Sorry guys, getting distracted. Okay. So let's sell it. $8.95. Oh, what year is it again? This from, no, is that 85? 94. So $8.95, and then it's in good condition. Merchant fulfilled, only one. And there you go. It'll be live shortly. This is one. The movie, is this a movie? The Rescuers Down Under. I think I thought I had a couple of these, but let's see. This one actually has a barcode, so it helps speed up the process. This one only has 2. But it has 137,000 rank. Let's see. Oops. Oh, the price went down. Huh. Oh. Let's see. So someone is trying to sell this for a lot less money than when I first looked it up. Because when I first looked it up, I put the price that I was going to list it at $29.95. But someone has now listed it at $9.99, so I have to decide what I'm going to do about that. Yeah, so I think I'm going to end the video, guys. It's been about 40 minutes here. We talked about some good stuff. but I would say is Amazon FBA or is Amazon Merchant Fulfilled worth it? And I would say yes. If you come across some items that are ranked, so the rank is pretty high, consistently high. If there's not that many offers, usually not any FBA offers, and if the price is pretty high, so you can kind of set that for what you want. If you want to set it at $10, $15, $20, $30, whatever, you can do that. I don't mind selling a CD Merchant Fulfilled for $5.95 because I'm still going to make money, and I've sold a good amount at that amount of money, or a good number at that amount of money. Let me just look through here. So Merchant Fulfilled sale price. So I've sold all different types of prices. I mean, look at this. I've sold CDs for $39, $49, $20, $15, 20. So that was a book, 26. These are mostly CDs. $9, $54. I sold a vinyl record for $54. $17 vinyl record, $14.95. $29.95, $24.95. So there's a lot of money here in Merchant Fulfilled. There's a book. The book I sold, 26. Here's a CD for $5.25. Oh no, a book. $10.95, $18.95, $39. Whoops. $20, $21, $10, $5. So it's all over the place. These are all Merchant Fulfilled. Just to show you how many. I mean, I've sold quite a few. Compared to how many I've listed. So I would definitely say that yes, it's worth it. High rank, low. I already went through this. High rank, low competition, higher priced. Right. If you have the space, if you have the patience, you also need to have some envelopes to mail them in, tape, printer, that type of thing. Then you got to prepare for that. So if it's a CD, you can buy the small envelopes. I buy them through eBay in bulk, and I bought a box of 250 of them. If they're books, you can buy bigger envelopes through eBay. That's usually what I do if you're going to sell a lot of them. But I also sell on eBay, so I bought different size envelopes. And then you can buy the packing bubble wrap. I just buy that at Staples. I don't need that much of it. It lasts a long time. Tape, buy some tape, and then you're basically ready for Merchant Fulfilled. So it's definitely worth it if you find enough items to sell. I mean, even if you only list a couple dozen, but you get a couple sales. But don't be surprised if you list 20, 30 items at Merchant Fulfilled and you don't really get very many sales because it's not that many you listed. I would just say, just keep listing, and eventually you'll build up that inventory and you should see sales. But be competitive. Merchant Fulfilled, you want to be the lowest offer because usually they're going to buy the lowest offer because there's no FBA offer. So there's no FBA advantage for them to get the item within 2 days, free shipping, that sort of thing. It's Merchant Fulfilled, so they know it's going to take longer for them to get it. So keep that stuff in mind if you're going to do Merchant Fulfilled, that you want to keep the price pretty low. I mean, if the lowest price is, $29.99, there's no reason to list it for $5.95. I'm not saying undercut it by that much. Maybe undercut it by $1 or $2, depending on the condition. If their condition is very good, or your condition is good, maybe $2 or so, you should get the sale. The thing you have to contend with are repricers. So sometimes, or a lot of times, and many times, they will use a repricer, and so they'll reprice right back down to where you are and undercut you by a penny or whatever they have their repricer set to. So keep all of that in mind if you're going to do Merchant Fulfilled. All right, guys. So we're down to 6 people watching. I thank you for tuning in. A couple days before Christmas. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. I'm still doing a little work here, but going to do some relaxing as well. Enjoy the holidays, enjoy Christmas, and don't eat too much. And hopefully get some fun stuff or do some fun stuff for Christmas. And the sales keep rolling in, which is great. Sales, I'm ending this video, but I keep talking. But sales will continue to go even on Christmas Day, days after Christmas, because of gift cards and money people get, and people still in the mood because it's still not New Year. Even up to New Year and through New Year, there'll still be, people will be in a festive spending mood. So sales should still be pretty good. So keep sending stuff in, and if you're doing books, you want to send in a lot for back to school, especially if you have textbooks and other types of books like that. So yeah, so Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I will see you at my next video. And as always, remember, keep booking.